Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have something a little bit new, but I wanted to be able to kind of explain how to do iMovie a little bit. But if you are new to my channel, go ahead and click on the subscribe button and the little bell so you can get notified when I post videos. I post 5 days a week, crafting, cleaning, some of our daily stuff if we go on vacations or side trips. So go ahead and click on those and you will get notified when I post videos. So we're just going to jump right in. I'm going to do something that I've never kind of done here on my channel, but something that I think is important, not just for anyone who's doing YouTube, but if you are just a mom and you're wanting to make little videos of your kids, say they just turned 1 and you want to do a little, screenshots of their life for the past year, or they're graduating from high school or from middle school, and you want to put together a little movie for them. There are so many reasons why you could put together little movies for yourself and for your family, and ways that I wish I had learned how to do a long time ago. And so that's kind of why I'm doing this, to show you just how to use iMovie and create videos. And a lot of the reason why I make videos for when we go on vacations isn't necessarily for my YouTube channel, although I think it's really fun to be able to share those memories and the places that we have gone. But I also think that I want to capture those memories, and sometimes just having a video sitting here on the computer isn't doing it enough for me, but compiling a whole bunch into an event creates that memory for us. And I just absolutely love sitting down to watch old videos like that and remembering what our time was. So that's why I kind of wanted to show you how to use iMovie and how to not make the same mistakes that I made in the very beginning. So let me do some explaining here really quick. When I first started using iMovie and doing YouTube and creating these videos, I didn't fully understand some of the stuff that I needed to do tech-wise in order to not ruin my computer. I was using my laptop at the time, and I don't think it matters whether you have a Mac or a PC. I have a Mac desktop now, but so that doesn't necessarily matter. What matters is that once you have created these videos in iMovie, they turn into MP4 video files. They're massive. And I was doing that on my laptop and saving every single one of those videos on my laptop hard drive. It did not take long. I started my channel on January 21st last year on my birthday. It was the first day I posted a video. A month later, we were in Hawaii and I was trying to download footage onto my computer and I completely maxed it out. It was insane. So in just a month, I had already filled up my entire hard drive on my laptop, and I didn't understand what I had done wrong. And so I kind of researched it, and that's where I felt like today I wanted to be able to explain that a little bit to you so that you don't make those mistakes. So the main concept is that everything you're going to create, you're going to do it off of an external hard drive. I just get these from Costco. They are a little bit expensive. This is a 3 terabyte hard drive. I've used a 1 terabyte and a 2 terabyte before. I have easily 150 videos on this hard drive alone. I haven't even gotten halfway full on this hard drive. So that's your number one, is that you want to work off of an external hard drive. In order to do that in iMovie, you need to create what they call a library that stores all of that data onto this external drive. So think of it in terms of a file. Like you have this file that is holding all of the data that you're bringing into iMovie, and then all of the movies that you're creating. Everything is stored on this external so that none of it is stored on your actual desktop or laptop or PC or whatnot. Okay, so what you're going to need to do when you first start out is you're going to need to create a library, which is basically the location for all of the files that you're going to create. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on All Events, and then you're going to click on File, Open Library, and New. Obviously, I'm not going to create a new library, so I'm just going to show you how. You can name it anything you would like. I name it as the name of the external drive and maybe even the color of that drive. and the date that I'm starting it so that I know how much data is on there. You can name it anything you would like. Then you want to select the location that you want to save that data to. For mine, the location is my actual external hard drive. So you'll go and locate that. You can see here, this is the name of my actual file that I have here in iMovie. So you want to select that and then hit save. I'm not going to do that. I've already done it. So that's what this here is. And if I double click on it, it says external iMovie established on a certain date, September 2017. So once that library is created, you'll see underneath that I have all of these new files that I have created that are sub-files underneath this external hard drive. And that's the whole idea. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Like I said, I'm not very tech savvy, but I have kind of learned in, like, I guess you can say mom terms or, you know, layman's terms, how this kind of works. But once you have created that file for all of the data, then you're going to create new individual files for every single movie that you want to create. For me, that's one file has one cleaning session in it, and then one cleaning session in it. And then, so I'm creating a new file for every single video that I want to make. We have this main external library. Then we're going to go File, New Event. We're going to name that iMovie Tutorial. You can name it anything you want, and then hit enter, and it drops down in alphabetical order. So it's down here. For you, it'll just pop up at the top of the page. So we have that file that's new. What you're going to want to do is import the media. You can do it by selecting it here, selecting with this down arrow here, or you can go to File and Import Media. So you can do it multiple ways. Click on that. Now, it depends on where your media is at. Sometimes you're going to have it on your phone. Sometimes you're going to have it on a file in your desktop. You're going to have it on an SD card. Wherever your files are at, you want to go to that location here, Devices, and select that. This is my SD card. So if we were to go, you can see this is kind of a clip of the last video that I did. Oh, there's me doing this tutorial. So let's do that. So we've got some footage from me filming this video. We'll grab a couple of those clips, and then you click on Import Selected. So I selected videos. You can also import photos. So let me go back. I can actually just import an image. See how it says TIF image? I can import just a photo as well. So here it shows that it's a photo with that little icon. And this one, it actually, you can see that it's a video. So you've now imported that footage into this file that is saved on this external library that is saved on your external hard drive. So I hope that makes sense. So you can see here on my computer without like the details of it, but you can see all of these are individual events. But if we think of them in terms of files, all of these files are saved in my main hard drive library that is all stored on this external. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, you see I added a quick little thing in here. I'll show you why I'm going to do that really quick. We're going to create our first video. So what we want to do, we have this image and we have some videos. The first thing we want to do is select the event that we have created that has the data in it. Then we're going to click on Projects over here. And then what we're going to do, see before we were working in Media, and now we're going to move into Projects. So what we're going to do, and you can see here, these are all the movies that I have created. And they would have completely destroyed my computer had I stored them all on my main hard drive as opposed to my external. So what we're going to do is we're going to create new. and a movie. You can also create like a trailer and follow a template, but you can also just start from scratch. Now, what you want to do, which library would you like to create this project in? Yeah, just select the library that you just created. Don't make the mistake of choosing iMovie library, because iMovie library is the name of the library that is stored on your main hard drive. You want to select the file that you just created that is saving onto your external hard drive. Don't make that mistake. Then click OK. So now all the information you're creating right now is saving onto the external. So see, you have all the data that you just pulled in to that file right here. Now, what you want to do, and I'm not going to give you a very detailed description of how to edit and do all these fancy things. Number one, I'm not an expert. And number two, we can do that in another video if you would like me to show some of the basics on how to edit. But in general, what I want to show you is, say you have a photo, like these two are just photos, or you have an actual video clip. What you can do in order to drop it down here to your workspace, this is kind of the work bar down here. They might have an official term for it, but I don't know what it is. I'm just me doing me, right? So what you want to do in order to get it down here, you can either drag it and drop it right down in. You can click on this little plus sign right here, or you can actually click on the selected section, and if you just hit the letter E on your keyboard, it'll automatically drop it down. So we're going to do that. Then I'm going to show you a quick little thing. Right here it says that this is a 4-second clip. That's the automatic time frame that they do for photos. You can shorten the time frame here. You can lengthen it. But you can also select it and then click up here. So these are some toolbars up here that helps you edit the photos or the clips that you have. If you click the I, you can actually change the time. We can say 5 seconds and enter, and it automatically changes that to 5 seconds. So you've got different functions up here in order to edit. You can edit the coloring in these two. You can change the lighting. And then you can reset back to the original. You can change it from zooming in and out to cropping it, or having it fit just normal, and then click the check mark. These are all kind of things that we can do in another video if you would like me to. There's no sound attached to this one, so it's not giving me that option. So that's what you can do for a picture image. But then if I was going to do an actual video clip, I click that plus sign or the E or drag and drop, and you can see that it drops that entire 1.9 minute clip down here to the work bar. One thing that helps, see, I'm scrolling a whole lot, and that's kind of annoying. I can actually come over here to this little bar, slide bar, and I can shorten that down so that I don't have to scroll so much. So that's the same clip, just kind of shrunk down. So one thing I'm going to do really quick, one, so that you don't hear me talking double. If you just select this little sound bar right here, you can actually bring it down to basically mute. I'm going to do that just for the sake of you not having to hear me twice. So once it's highlighted in yellow, you can, you're editing that section. You can split that clip by doing Command B. And then there's also other editing tools within the edit bar up here. And they give you the shortcuts. So you can split the clip or cut it, copy it, paste, delete, selecting the whole clip. So, you know, those kinds of things. If you have a clip selected, you can delete it. So that's kind of how you kind of work through all of those different things. Like I said, there's the volume button up here. You can actually mute it, or you can unmute it. You can increase the sound. You can decrease the sound. You can do, this is where I do my speed videos, where I increase the speed to fast 2 times, 4 times, 8 times, and then it decreases the speed and speeds it up really, really fast. Okay, so just to do some basic editing functions, we're going to drop that one down. I'm going to decrease the sound just so we don't have to hear it. I'm going to select it. We're going to go through and I'll show you a couple of the features up here. If you click on My Media, you see your media. That one's pretty self-explanatory. Audio, we'll come back to this one. Here's all the audio files that I have downloaded. We'll talk about that one in just a minute. These are titles that you can add that are already preset within iMovie. So I drag that and I drop it. I drag that down onto the top of a video or a picture. And then I can lengthen that title out. If I select that title, I can come in here and I can say anything from hello to subscribe. Let's leave it as subscribe. How about we do that? So you can do that. And like I said, you can make that as short or as long as you want, but it goes over the top of the video or the photo that you have selected it to go on top of. You can change the location of where you want that title to appear. And like I said, there's a ton of titles here that you can choose from. These are all the basic ones that iMovie creates. Okay, so we're going to go on to backgrounds. You can choose like these little globe ones, or you can choose like this one's underwater and has like some movement to it, a gradient, kind of a blank one, plain white. So if you were to add a white background here, and you can make that like 10 seconds long or whatever you want to do. Then you could come back and you can add a title. Let's do this one here. You can put that title on and we can lengthen it. These titles take a little bit of time. So we can click on the title and we can write subscribe, and it's in white right now. See that? And we can change it to being in magenta. And you can change the font and that kind of thing. So we'll do that. So then, see how that plays through. If you hit the space bar, it will play. So then it will do those words over the top of the background for the length of time that you have it set to do. And then it will time out and go away. So that's how you do backgrounds and titles. You can make those as fancy as you'd like. You can also add some transitions. You can do fading to white, like we're going to go into this one. And it fades to white. You can also blur at the end. You just drag and drop. So that blurred it. But you can also, I'll just replace that one with this one. And this one is going to kind of do a page turn type thing. It's not doing it. You can change the time frame. Sometimes you can change the time frame, but sometimes you can't. There's not enough time within each of these two media clips, so that one won't let us. But this one can show how it kind of turns the screen. So you have a lot of different choices in order to do transitions between clips. So that's kind of fun. So I'm going to just, for sake of creating something, we're going to decrease this down to 5 seconds. Do that, and then we're going to decrease my title down to end right at the end there. So that's kind of your basic editing. Like I said, you can do these crop features. So I'll show you one little quick thing here. I'm going to split the clip here by doing Command B. I'm going to work with this little section right here. So what you can do is, if I click on this little crop button here, right now it's on fit to screen. You can crop it down smaller like that, or you can do Ken Burns. I'll show you that one. So see here it says start and end. So if I want to start the clip as the whole screen and then I want to end it as something in the middle, I can decrease that. Maybe we'll just zoom in on the computer. Then when we go back to watch it, you hit the space bar. We're going to watch the normal full screen, and then for about 10 seconds it's going to zoom in onto the screen, and it does a nice transition from one clip to the next. So see how it's slowly transitioning to the computer screen? That's really nice if you want to zoom in on a picture or a certain section of your video or picture, it automatically does that. And then we'll talk about audio here really quick. If you are creating any kind of content that's going to go onto YouTube or even onto Facebook, even if you're only creating an MP4 file, none of the music that you use can have a copyright attached to it. So you'll either get it deleted, or if you're doing YouTube, you're going to get a strike. And then if you get 3 strikes, you're out. You can't have a YouTube channel, and you have to get reviewed again. So you don't ever want to use music that has a copyright. So you can search for copyright-free music on YouTube or online and download it to your computer. And then I save it into my iTunes. And once it's in this audio library for iTunes, it automatically saves it into, there's an iTunes audio section within iMovie. So all of the copyright-free music that I have downloaded to my computer is automatically saved here in iMovie every time I do it. So once you have your audio in here, then you can do kind of the same things that we did with any of your other media. You can drag and drop it down here. You can delete it. You can grab something else. Let's grab this guy, and we're going to put this one down here. You can also go to a section where you want to have the sound decrease or increase. I'm going to do a Command B and split that clip. And then we can, if you look really carefully right here, if we scroll over the end of the clip, 2 little arrows pop up. See how I have 1 arrow? And then if I go over to the end, I have 2 arrows. You can change the length of that clip of audio. Or so the arrows change from big arrows to little arrows. If you have little arrows, you can make the sound fade down. Let me show you. So see how that faded down to like nothing as it got down there to the end of that clip? And then you could do the same thing on this one where you're fading back in. Let me show you what that sounds like. So see how you can manipulate the music and the sounds. If you're here at the end of the clip and you obviously have too much audio here at the end, you just go to the end of your movie clips and Command B, and that splits the end of that clip to the end of your movie line here. Then again, you can make it decrease the sound so you can fade out at the very, very end. So that's kind of your basic information about the audio that you can use. It's nice though because it shows you how long each clip is right here. It puts it in alphabetical order so you can find your clips if you know what the names of the songs are. So that's kind of your basic audio section. There's also some basic sound effects that you can add. These are automatically in iMovie. They're just saved in here. So there's different sound effects that you can have. You can obviously pull in some GarageBand music if you've created anything in GarageBand. So that's kind of your basic audio section without going into a ton of detail. Okay, so we've kind of made a little mini video here, and if that's all you were going to do, then all you would have to do from this point is click on this little button up here. Now it gives you different choices of how to export your video out of iMovie. The main one I use is just creating a file. You can obviously upload straight to YouTube. You can upload to Facebook or iTunes. But the one I've learned to do the most is just creating a file, just creating an MP4 file. And so what you want to do is name your video, whatever you would like to name it. These are all pretty standard. Your resolution is going to be 1080p. That is pretty standard. You want high quality and compress it faster. These are all standard. They all kind of just pop up that way. And then when you click on next, so what you want to make sure is this is the title that you're going to save it as. This is the location we're saving it to. This is our external hard drive that we have created our movie library in. And then you just click on save, and it automatically exports it. It's going to have this little circle up in the top right corner. You're going to wait for that to become a full pie. In just a second, you'll see. Okay, so when it's done exporting out of iMovie, it's going to give you this little pop-up box, and it says share successful. Exporting tutorial 2 was successful. So then you can either hit close or you can hit show. So what it's going to do is it's going to pull up the file that we just created. Now you can see up here, this is the location for where the file is at. That's my external hard drive. This is the top item on that file. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to close this down. This is the file we just created. If I open that up, here's our video. So this is an MP4 file. You can use this for your own use now, or you can upload that straight to YouTube. So let me just show you really quick the first few little things that we did within that video and how it works. All right, so here's a funny thing. I spelled subscribe wrong. So that's kind of funny. We're going to end it on that little note there. I can do a second video if you want to learn how to upload it into YouTube. But that is your basic, like, how to create that movie. If you are just doing it for your kids and your vacations or birthdays, that is your basic information on how to create a video. So this is totally, like, not normal. This isn't a video that I normally do, but I know that I could have used a video to watch that was in, like, mama terms and, like, not a tech savvy person to understand, okay, this is really truly how to do it without having to get into all the nitty gritty techie stuff. So that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment below if you have questions or if you want me to do follow-up videos or more in detail. I totally will. So I hope you enjoyed this. Comment below, subscribe, and click that bell so you can come back for more. All right, guys, take care.